jump in and we just miss them. They'll see this broadcast afterwards and all that shit, but it's just not the same as being live, baby, being here live. Anyway, I'm glad y'all got to stop by, and whoo, there you go. I was just trying to catch up with Ree Warden's message there. If y'all can see it in the chat there, she says 11 Republicans in Congress already announced they will not be seeking re-election in 2020. 4 in Texas alone, baby. I want to point that out because I can feel Texas going blue this time. Americans across the great land of ours are not going to stand still and see Lying Donnie win in 2020. Americans will not stand for little boys and girls getting ripped from their mothers and dads and put in cages. We are American strong. We will not tolerate Lying Donnie taking the side of Putin as he did in Helsinki. We will not let Lying Donnie keep falling in Iowa with Kim of North Korea. We will not stand for Lying Donnie and his conspiracy theorists. Lying Donnie received 62,980,000 votes in 2016. 75 million Americans voted against Lying Donnie. Wait a minute, I got to take a breath here. D, you wrote a bunch. I mean, Ree. D's my neighbor. Let me see. If Republicans cared about the truth and the facts, they would never support Lying Donnie. We are American strong. We are fighting in our heart and soul for our country. We are fighting for the children of America. We will be their voices in 2020. Ree Warden, thank you very much, darling. That sums up a whole lot. Well, good night. See y'all later. That's about the size of it, baby. She said a mouthful right there. And there's not a word in there I disagree with. That's who we are, baby. That's what we're fighting. And it's up to us, baby. It's up to us. I was just reading a story because the Mark Morgan, who is the acting director of ICE, he's the acting director. Of course he's the acting director because everybody's acting in the Trump administration. Ain't nobody permanent in there except hackers like William Barr and shit. But this guy was asked why there have not been raids at any of Donnie's bribe collection centers, where he just brags about all the time. And there's stories about how many undocumented workers are working at his golf courses and stuff. But why hasn't it been raided? And the guy's just saying, well, you don't know, you ain't been raided, or you don't know. We could be doing it. Yeah, my ass hurts. They're not doing it, and that's another example of how Donnie plays this shit off. He uses the H-2B visa program, which allows him to hire people for hotels and stuff because they can't find Americans, not enough low-skilled workers in the USA. That's what he was talking about. Are you shitting me? Yep, that's how rich people play that law. But this 680-something people that were rounded up in Mississippi, that's some utter bullshit. Those people have got a job, baby. They're working. And the company that hired them knew what they were doing. Leave them alone. They got a job, baby. They're not breaking the law. What law are they breaking besides wanting to provide for their family? Oh, John, they came here illegally. Kiss my ass. Half this country got here illegally. Hell, Columbus got here illegally. Are you shitting me? We've been pushing people out all our lives. So it's time we welcome him more. And the way it's being done, I'll tell you, it breaks your heart. Damn, Ree, I had it all figured out what I was going to say, got it all written right down here, and then that just blew me away. I saw your comment, and I so heartily agreed with it because we are fighting it. I don't want to pull a cliche out of Biden's mouth, but we're fighting for the soul of this country. We're fighting for every damn thing that has ever meant anything to any of us from the time we were in grade school on up here. The things that we've learned about this country. No, we're not perfect, but damn sure there's a whole lot of people have always been trying to make it that way. And we're not there yet, baby. We're a long way from it. But in every generation there are those that fight to continue the battle, to continue carrying on that banner, looking for a country that is welcoming to all, that treats all its citizens the same. Simple shit like that. That's what we're in it for, baby. And anyway, now I'm all messed up. I was going to talk about old Jeffrey Epstein. He died, baby. That's all right. Killed himself. What am I not looking at? How come I'm Is there a delay? Oh, there is a delay.
Yep, I was going to apologize for that if anybody's seeing that, because here's the deal. It is hot in here because our AC is busted and our computer is overheating, and I'm just hoping and praying that we can make it through the show without it shutting down.
Mom and I had a problem last night. Woke up in the middle of the night, and our window unit in our bedroom was making all sorts of racket and sounded like it was going to blow up. So we had to shut it down. And then today I had to take the air conditioner out of this room and put it in our bedroom so we could sleep tonight. And Travis is saying over there, did you hear the fan running? I can't hear shit anyway, but it's locking up. So he's worried about the temperature in here getting too high and the computer trying to handle too much, I think is what he's worried about. Anyway, we got a delay going on. I'm sorry. Anyway, Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. That's what they say. That's what they said. It was suicide, baby. And there's enough conspiracy theories out there right now. You could just fill a stadium with them damn near. Everything from Trump did it to Clinton did it to I don't know. There's a long list of people that the man had acquaintances with on both sides of the fence. We need to acknowledge, but the circumstances surrounding his death are just ripe for conspiracy theories, and we're going to see lots of them. The questions that are being raised about why he was alone in that cell, without supervision, without being checked on all the time like he was supposed to be doing. He wasn't even supposed to be in a cell by himself. He just came off a suicide watch because they said he attempted to commit suicide before. He said he was attacked. They said, nope, it was suicide almost. And so they put him on suicide watch for a while, and then a few weeks later they go, no, he's all right. Put him back in a cell. But when he was going back to his cell, somebody coming off of suicide watch is supposed to be in a cell with another person. There has to be a cellmate. That way, if anything goes wrong, the other cellmate can call for a guard or can talk him down if he's, all down and sad and everything. It's the rules. That's the process that they play over there. But none of those none of them were done. The check every 30 minutes, not done, baby. I don't know. Well, we was busy at the time. They was working overtime. Both the guards on duty were working overtime a lot, so they was probably out snoozing somewhere, and maybe, and the cellmate thing. But now, the conspiracy theories are already starting about who did it, and but the person that needs to worry the most right now is his girlfriend or protector or procurer, Ghislaine Maxwell, who is now not in the country. Go figure. They've been trying to get hold of her, but she's gone. Victims have identified her as the main person who recruited young girls for Epstein and was heavily involved in it. And she had a 5-story Manhattan townhouse. Yeah, it was recently bought for $15 million by somebody, a company whose address is at Epstein's office. So, well, there's the payoff, get out of town and never come back deal right there. I don't know if they'll catch her. They'll eventually find her and extradite her back for some questioning, I'm sure. But, it's a pitiful story, and we're bound to hear a whole lot more from it. Anyway, let's go ahead and bring in some chat because I see Aussie Dave's here.
Hi, mate. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing fine. Dave, how are you?
All right. A quick comment from me, so you can use the rest. My point of view of the Epstein thing is there was a big sigh of relief across the billionaire community when he died.
Oh, yeah.
The whole
light.
It's all right.
Oh, okay.
But still, the evidence is there, John. And while the evidence is there, the prosecutor, like this guy seems to be, this fellow that was on the news, he's going to chase down all the evidence and chase the people down involved, he said. That's
what he said. You know who I trust more? The lady that investigative journalist down in Florida that broke the case. I trust her.
Well, whoever Donald Trump suggests, Whatever Donald Trump puts a conspiracy out there, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Whatever he suggests.
Yeah. Yeah. This is
That's
not going to
my
go
bit.
away. This is there's going to be a demand for this. That the investigation continue, because the witnesses of a lot of witnesses have already given a deposition. I just read that story in the New York Times about Ghislaine Maxwell. She was she participated, she recruited, she groomed the girls. I mean, evidently it was just like they said Epstein wanted 3 young girls a day. Jeez, 3 young girls a day. That's pitiful. But
yeah,
it was heard.
Epstein's in Israel right now with the new identity for Russia.
Yeah, yeah. That's another. There was somebody who put out a message last night or something saying about there was a van that came in, and when it left, it had a person in the back of the van. The guard tower seen it or something like that, and
Wasn't him.
yeah, no. There's an autopsy on his ass, and like there's a whole lot of people sighing a sigh of relief that he's dead. But they're looking at it from an angle of, well, Jeffrey can't accuse me because he's dead. But
there's videos apparently out there. There's accusation of video out there that's under sealed documentation in New York that was involved with this girl that had a website. That was the one that backed out. There's a video and there's sealed evidence.
Boy, howdy. Yeah, there's going to be a whole lot more to see. And we're going to see it all eventually. Velda, how are you?
I'm just fine, thank you.
Good deal. You all set for a new week?
Yep.
There you go. Hello, Rick.
How you doing, John?
Pretty good, Rick Davis. Glad to have you here. And Bob K. Bob.
Wow. Hey.
How you doing, Bob?
Doesn't him being dead now render all of the NDAs from his employees invalid?
I believe it would. Yeah, non-disclosure agreements are out. I would assume they're.
Start talking.
Yeah. There's going to be there's going to be a lot come out because people aren't going to let this go, and there's enough distrust of things as it was with his first deal that he got down there in Florida. Check in and stay in jail during the evening hours and then out in the, it was a piss deal that he got down there in Florida. Well, good for him. But
the Republican governor is looking into that.
Yes.
How about that?
Yeah, how about that? Yeah. Well, it's already cost the one guy his job. He had to resign because he, what's his name? I'm not even going to try to look back. The attorney general, not the attorney general. One of the, no, he was
Secretary of Labor.
Secretary of Labor. That's right. Thank you very much. Yeah, Acosta. That's him. It cost him his job because he's the one that gave Epstein that sweet deal. So
I just want to know how a 200-pound man hangs himself with Brill light paper sheets, because that's all they get in those cells.
Well,
those sheets only hold 20 pounds.
They're not supposed to be able to hold any weight at all. To prevent that from happening. So how did he?
It's all very suspicious.
Yes, it is. It is, especially with a high. We've had a whole lot of high-profile people in that particular jail, and nothing's ever happened before. Of course, none of those people were connected to the rich and wealthy and powerful. This guy was all over the world, evidently, and in a scenario that doesn't look good for any of them. So
the royal family.
Yes, the royal family. It's Trump, it's the Clintons, it's everybody. But
Koch brothers.
Yeah, the
And we're dealing with people who could afford virtually any assassin in the world.
That's right. Yeah. You're not going to find any of us on a list like that, baby. We don't get into the club, and thank goodness I wouldn't want to be in a club like that. But
well, I've got to say, John, that there's a website there I was telling Velda earlier on that I had a look at. It's called On the Couch, and this guy said, bugger the rules. Here's a list of 50 people that I've got from these so-called sealed indictment shit. And he rattled off 50. Now, there's 100 and something names, but he rattled off 50 About half of them I recognised, but there was a lot of Hollywood people in there. A lot of Hollywood people, and he mentioned the royal family, and he said these are people that have been named by witnesses.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Hollywood. One of the Williams sisters, the tennis players. It's not just men; it's girls as well.
Yeah.
Women.
Well, I haven't heard those stories yet, but I'm sure we're going to hear it all, because, like I said, some of the victims have already told their deposition, given their deposition, and they've already said about who was there and what they did and everything like that. And some of those names have already been, put out there. So yeah, we're just at the tip of the iceberg. The mere fact that he ends up dead in a cell by himself where he shouldn't have been, and wasn't checked on every 30 minutes like he should have been, and all of that, and the short period of time that they actually kept him on suicide watch, and combined with his first statement of him being attacked, not trying to commit suicide, there's enough right there to make the public go, what the fuck, what the hell. This sure looks fishy. If it smells like a duck, walks like a duck, expect it to quack. And but that's what we're gonna see. So yeah, I'm looking for it.
I'm waiting for the evidence to come out in the civil cases.
What's that?
I'm waiting for the evidence to come out in the civil cases.
Yes. There's
civil
going to be
lawsuits,
a lot. Yeah.
Because they can't hide anything anymore.
No, there's going to be a lot of people after.
There's a lot of people suing the estate.
Yeah, he's got a big estate, so people are going to try to jump on that, as well they should.
Well, I think if they can prove that they were affected or involved in a child, if they can prove this, certainly they're going to name names, and people are going to just say, "Hey, I'm involved." The Me Too movement. Look how big that got.
Yeah. Which needs to,
This is like a mini Me Too, but it's the wealthy.
Yeah.
They need to give that money to those girls that were.
And we've had
to the victim.
Yeah, the victims fund. That's who the money should go to. And if it takes a lawsuit
and
to get
the cost, and the cost of the investigation, all that money should come back to the Justice Department, because he's a billionaire. He should reimburse the government.
Well,
then the rest of the money, I feel, should go into the program that handles exploited sex trafficking.
Yeah, the money.
Exactly.
The DOJ is going to get a bunch. They're going to take his mansion there, and I think it was worth what, I don't know, $30 million or something like that.
$77 million.
There you go. So he's got, there's plenty of assets. Oh, he's got the Zorro Ranch down in New Mexico, I think, or something like that. And he's got properties all over the world, and they're going to try to take him. I have a thought in my head, and I just saw Candy Guidry's name go by. I need to remind everybody that we're having trouble over on John Bernabo Speaks Blue Dot Family page on Facebook. For some reason, we are not getting the normal activity that we do, and so if you're wondering what's happening over there, we're trying to think out the same thing, but she wanted me to mention the fact to let all people know that they're aware of it and they're trying to fix it. We're trying to find out what's up over there, and but for some reason it is having limited view out there, so keep that in mind when you're looking over there on the page.
The way I looked at it, guys, I just thought it was Facebook
where
being
should
Facebook.
They watch?
I blame Trump.
What was that?
I blame Trump. I blame Trump for everything.
Oh shit. Well, that's easy for me. That's easy for me to do.
Hey, listen. Look what's happening in America the last two years. I mean, shootings, conspiracies about lots of stuff. A president that's been accused of money laundering, and I mean, since this guy's come into power, America's been turned upside down.
Yeah, it has. But there are people that are standing up and taking notice, and it's not more and more every day, as somebody just pointed out. But I wanted to point out, if y'all would notice, I named this stream tonight, the live stream, Race Imboden, and that is not talking about a race. That is the gentleman's name, who is a fencer, the swords, and for the U.S. gymnastics, and they were down there at the Pan Am Games, and he took a gold medal in fencing. So he got up on the podium up there when they started playing the national anthem, and he kneeled. Oh my God! Don't you know, Donnie?
Head must have exploded.
Oh, his head's just going off. But this kid's white. I don't know what Donnie's going to do here. He's white. But it doesn't matter. That kid, that 13-year-old kid that 39-year-old man slammed to the ground the other day, he didn't give a shit either.
There's a backstory to that, John. Now, the backstory to that is that 39-year-old man, unfortunately, was a vet.
Yes, he's a veteran.
And apparently has brain damage himself.
Yeah, he's got some problem. He might be suffering PTSD. But he was inspired by his president. That's what he said.
Yes, exactly. He did admit that. He thought that Donald Trump was telling him to do that.
Yeah. That's the effect that his words have on people suffering anything from PTSD or mental illness or anything like that.
Or drugs.
This kid knelt at the national anthem, and his specific reasonings were gun control, racism, the mistreatment of immigrants, and Donald Trump as president. And he says we must call for a change. I'm all in, baby. I'm all in for a change, and it can't come soon enough. But that's how come I named the stream that tonight, because I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him, and at this point we should all kneel. We should all kneel for the disgrace that sits in our house. The man that is now out hiding somewhere because he can't face anybody after the shit he's done. Sitting there with that picture of that baby fitting a thumbs up crap. The man is just he's socially inept. He is morally inept. He's ignorant, and how much more embarrassing? Go ahead.
I think everybody loves him.
Yeah, he thinks everybody loves him. That's the problem.
I don't understand.
He believes he does. He believes it in his mind.
That he's delusional.
Yeah, he thinks Kim Jong-il loves him. Kim Jong-il, they're lovers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I bet Kim Jong-il is still shooting freaking missiles.
Kim wrote him a beautiful letter. It was a lovely letter. It was all about love. Yeah. Sure. Kim Jong-un's playing him just like everybody else is. He's over there shooting his missiles off, and then sends Donnie a love letter. Because he knows
the love letter that said, "I'll stop shooting the missiles off as soon as you stop having the war games."
Yeah. And so we're supposed to give that up again, and Donnie probably will.
We're back to square one. There was nothing.
Yeah, no, we've done shit. We have done shit.
Just all talk. It's been a live show.
Not to listen to him. Oh my God, we're the greatest we've ever been in history, and it's all because of him. That's all that man can do. Whew. I hear that fan now.
Mm-hmm. I'm just glad we're still streaming, because it's been locking up on me to the point where I can't even control anything on this PC.
Every time I look up at my picture, I'm just frozen picture up there.
Do you guys have a box fan that you can put in the room?
Yeah, we did, but it's too loud. It's too loud.
It's not only about the loudness. The cold air is coming from outside the room, and if we leave the door open, you're going to hear everything in the living room. So, yeah.
So we got to have the door closed.
It's a hot box. So all that means is me and Dad might have to tap out a little earlier than we usually do.
No, we don't have to tap out. We're fine.
Yeah, you speak for yourself.
Think you're like in a sauna. You're in a sauna.
Yeah, I hate that shit too. So no, thank you.
We hear you slump to the floor with this move on.
Yeah, drink plenty of
fluids.
It's
not the heat, but it's you don't want to destroy the computer.
No, we don't. No.
Yeah,
no,
that's what I'm. That's
if that
more.
thing dies, the whole show dies. We don't need that.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, it's pushing it hot. How's it going, Jen?
Oh, it's not so bad. I'm glad to be here. Sorry I'm late.
No, don't even be sorry. You're not late.
You're worth waiting on, baby. We're glad you're here. So you been busy?
Nope.
Good.
I've been taking it easy.
Good.
Relaxing.
I wish I could say that. I went to go pick up my mail on Friday, and that was the last good thing that happened. it's been a series of was it? A series of unfortunate events. Yes, Sam. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Anyway.
So what was wrong with the truck?
Well, we thought it was the battery, and but I went. We charged it up a little bit, and starter kicked over a little bit. So hey, let's charge the battery. So we charged the battery. Nothing. I mean, we left it alone for a while and come back another one. And I got up underneath the truck. I thought something might be wrong with the starter. So in the process of wanting to jump the terminals on the starter to bump it, see what's up, I noticed one of the wires was coming down from the top, right against the frame. And I looked at it, and it looked like it was a little arc spot. So, So I taped that all up good and proper, and went to charge the battery. And by Friday evening, we started the truck. And good deal. Saturday morning, I get up to go get hay for Jenny. No starty. Dead battery. And so it ended up, we took the battery down to Wally World where I bought it. They put it on a tester, and sure enough shit, the battery had a dead cell in it. But so I believe it had, that wire had chaffed, creating a ground, and it just kept draining the battery until it killed a cell. And so we got the wire fixed, we got the new battery, and everything's looking good. So
parasitic draws are always so hard to find.
I know it. I just happened to look over because I was trying to get my arm into position for to jump that starter to make sure it was all right, and I just noticed that wire right there, and it looked like an arc to me. And I moved it, and sure enough, shit, there's a little place where it just chaffed. See, that's engineering fault right there. That's,
well, good catch.
Yeah, lucky catch, lucky.
Well, that was a cheap.
Not really. That battery cost $119.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't $4,000, was it?
Yeah, no, that's where I'm happy as shit from right there. And I actually got a $27 discount on the battery because it was the same battery I bought at Walmart 4 years ago. So,
I had to put 2 batteries in my car. They're interstate batteries, and they cost me $128 a piece.
Yeah, batteries are not cheap anymore, baby. I remember.
No, they're not.
Yeah, I remember buying them for about $30-40 you used to buy, but good battery.
Yeah.
Western Auto
battery.
battery.
The cost of lead has gone through.
Yeah, everything.
That's back when gas was under $1.
Yeah. I remember those days, baby. Yeah, look at you.
Hey, listen, guys. How bad?
We're gathering up quarters and going out driving all night.
No shit. That's true.
And I did.
Yes, I did too.
Guys.
Yes, sir, Dave.
How bad has this Iran thing got since Trump, the idiot, pulled out the deal? Hasn't that blown up to be a big problem involving England now, and England sending warships? I mean, he's dragged other countries into something he's created that didn't have to happen.
Yeah. Well, it's the Iran deal the Iran deal had Obama's name on it, so you knew right then that it was bound to be killed off.
It's competition to Russia.
Yeah.
You heard what he did in Alaska.
But
you heard what he did in Alaska.
The sanctions that we put on Iran now are putting it in a position. That's how come you're seeing these tankers that are being seized out there in the Straits of Hormuz and stuff. They're gonna have to start playing a little blackmail here, or not blackmail, but ransom here to get your ship back and shit, because their economy is tanking. And the sad part of that is that the world agreed that Iran was living up to the deal. Iran had not broken anything in the deal that Obama had made with them. That not just Obama, but Europe also was,
Yes.
And they were shaking their heads over it.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about,
doing?
Trump? It's all good.
Yeah. But it had
They're
Obama's
trying
name
to
on
save
it.
it, the deal.
If you ask me. Go ahead, Dave.
Sorry, mate. I've got a delay here, I think.
No, yeah.
Verda was telling me that Trump just took off a protection of a block of land for his mates to go mining gold.
Yes.
Now, which this particular block of land was an Obama protection. Obama put the protection on it.
Yes. That is the Pebble Mine Company up in Alaska. It's near Bristol Bay, which is one of the most pristine.
Won't be for long.
No, it won't be.
Do you? You don't see it.
Yeah,
it's all been kept very quiet. Look at this shiny object over here, which for Trump is the Epstein of distraction now.
That came.
This deal going on.
The EPA backed off of that a day after the governor of Alaska, Mike Dunleavy, met with Donnie on Air Force One when Donnie was on his way to the G20. Stopped off there in Alaska and had a little deal making there with the governor. You know about this Pebble Beach thing here.
Yeah.
I mean the Pebble Mine.
Connect the dots.
Yeah. Oh, it was a deal. And I bitched about this. If we don't have enough damn things that we can hold a show on every damn time. But I remember distinctly when he first got into office, one of the first things that he started doing when Scott Pruitt got into the EPA, baby, you could see it right then. Every regulation that got in the way of the fossil fuel industry, the coal, oil and gas, gold, copper, that's what the Pebble Mine up in Alaska is about. Anything to get rid of the regulations that hampered them to make maximum profit, like taking care of the environment and don't kill the people, that kind of shit. But there was a deal made, baby. So that's what,
the sad thing is, there's
so obvious.
It's one of the last pristine areas for wild salmon.
Yes. This is not like, we'll get us another one. Not, well, you can't make another one. And how much other ones, this is a use it up world that these people live in. That's one of the big distinctions between liberals and I don't even like to use the word conservative because they're not conservative about shit. Conservative means you would want to conserve something.
We don't need the salmon. We can eat carp.
Yeah, carp. What's the difference? Get you a good chef. He'll make it taste like salmon,
Now Burger King's got a vegetable hamburger or a meatless hamburger now, so we won't be eating meat much longer anyway.
Well, it'd probably be better for the world, they say, if we quit eating meat because that is the biggest form of one of the biggest forms.
Actually, we will be eating meat, and it'll be coming out of the lab because
it'll be lab meat.
Muscle tissue now.
Yeah.
And people say it is indistinguishable from the real thing.
All them cows belch a lot.
Solid green.
Yeah, that's no. Yeah.
If it's tasty, I don't
give them an
shit.
opportunity, and that's where we're going. When we start eating our own.
It's Soylent Green, but if they make it out of rich people, then it's called Soylent Blackheart.
Boy, howdy. I wish I had a camera. Travis is over there with a little hand fan with a battery in it, holding it on the computer.
What about your little refrigerator that you got? That little cube.
Oh, Mom's using that right now.
Oh. But is she?
Yeah. What's the temperature, guys?
Hot as fuck.
Hot as shit. What's melting temperature?
Okay, Travis.
Yeah, we hit about 90 something today. We've been up in the high 90s, 98, 99, 100. Our evening temperatures are at about 81, 82. So there's not a whole. Yeah, last night when that it woke me up twice last night, that air conditioner. I mean, it just sounded like it was going to blow up, and squealing and everything, and Tyler and I took it out of the window and took it out on the porch and ripped it open out there and turned it on, plugged it in. And I want you to know that compressor, you couldn't put your hand on it. After it ran for just a few seconds, that thing was hot as fire. And I thought, there you go. So
you're lucky you got it out of there. It could cause a house fire.
That's what we fear. And, anything to have to do with a fire around here, we're very self-conscious about, because we've had 3 houses burned down on this street since we've moved here.
You're out in the country.
Yeah, there's not a fire hydrant around here for a while. They bring a hose and throw it in the river, if they can reach the river.
We had a house fire.
Is that right?
We had a house fire at Diamond Lake. Luckily, the doors shut, and when the doors shut, it caused a vacuum and put it out.
Oh wow! Yeah, good thing don't open that door.
We were damn lucky.
Yes, Yeah, our good friend Deborah had her whole house. I mean, just she was at work, and when she got home, the whole place was nothing but ashes. Uh, it was devastating, and we've seen her go through what that means, because you lose everything that you've ever had, and that's devastating, I would imagine, for anybody to go through. But yeah, so we're
photo albums.
Yeah, pictures and stuff like that. Things that you've had all your life, or treasures and stuff. I don't have to worry about my vault full of gold and money. It's we would worry about our pictures and shit like that. Yeah, so, but yeah, so we had to take the AC out of here so Mom and I can sleep tonight. But we'll be fine. We'll get another air conditioner for this room, and we'll get back on the road again.
Though honestly, the only good thing with it not being in here is the audio quality of the room is so silent. It's so much nicer. A lot of people say they can't hear it, but I can hear it. I can hear it night and day.
I wouldn't care if it was over there running right now. If anybody.
Oh hell yeah! No, I don't care either.
But the pool of sweat gathering on the floor is probably dangerous.
Oh yes, yeah. No, that's what Travis is worried about. He's got everything hooked up to the computer. The MacBook runs everything here.
Yeah, and I got way too many things hooked up to this thing right now.
3 screens, the mixer. I don't know.
2 cameras.
2 cameras. Bunch of stuff.
No. Travis, use that little fan that you got. Blow it on your keyboard.
Yep, that's what
he's doing. That's what he's going. He's got that little purple fan. He's blowing it right on that keyboard.
I got my mixer in one hand and this fan in the other. I can't use the mouse right now to do anything, so I'll have to put one down.
Have you got the keyboard? Have you got the keyboard raised off the desk a bit so airflow gets underneath?
Yes.
Yeah, he's
I do that anyway
using
because
the keyboard on the Mac. He's got a separate keyboard that he.
Yeah, but I also have the laptop raised because not only do I want better airflow, but I need it up to my eye level a little bit. I don't want to get more tech than I already do.
Hi, Donna Bonacosi.
I don't know if it's you guys or not. But there's I'm listening sound on Discord, and I'm watching the video on Facebook, and there's still a delay.
Yeah,
and you're freezing on Facebook.
Yeah.
If it's freezing on Facebook, it's because this computer's overheating, like pretty hardcore. I'm getting. Dad's gonna be like, "Go ahead, let's push it," and I'm like, if this was my computer, I would be backing off right now. That's why I got this fan.
Hey guys, a new subject. Did anyone see Obama's speech that was telecast by CNN on the 8th of this month in Illinois?
I have not, Dave. I have not.
It was.
I'll have to go look.
He paid out very eloquently, and I was just memorized by this guy's speech. The way he spoke like a president. He was so diplomatic. He was so worldly.
Wasn't it nice? Wasn't it nice?
It was so enjoyable to hear. That's what you need to watch. But he covered every subject of Trump's sins, basically. And he also made it clear that the economy improvement, he started it.
Yes.
And that Trump was riding on the back of his work. And let's make that clear. He used those words. Let's make this clear. This is what the Democrats established just before he left. And he's riding on out. And he covered how Trump is so crooked here and how you can't do this. And he covered how the Russian connection, you can't do this. But he used to, he made insults and payouts so well, but
sure,
it was so professional. It was Oh mate, I always remember, where are these people? And then you go look at Trump on a YouTube clip and you think, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
But he was a president, man.
Travis just pointed out a comment over there, and J.D. Garza, that's the guy who, by the way, J.D., it's still blowing cold air, buddy. Since we went to San Antonio, J.D. was the one that fixed our air conditioning before we went up there, and he just told me, "Hey, John, I heard you were having some car trouble. Remember, I'll take good care of you for no charge for diagnostics for you or any Blue Dot family member. Hey, how about that, JD? Appreciate the shit out of that.
What's the name of his business, mate? He's got a business?
Yeah, he works for A1 Tire Center out there on Highway 624.
Give him a plug, mate.
There he is. I've been buying tires there for a long time. Yeah, give me that fan for just a second, Jesus. Ooh, shit. Yeah, JD's been doing working there for a long time, I guess. It changed ownerships, but the crew's still there, so the service is just as good. And yeah, they changed the name, but now it's A1 Tire Center, I think, but if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, JD's a good guy, and hey, I got a little reverb in there. That's fan. Here you go. Put it back on the computer. I'll sweat. I don't want to burn that thing up.
Yeah.
The other day
I have a.
Go ahead, Belda.
My laptop likes to overheat, so Wayne built me a little stand for it, and I've got this 8-inch fan. It blows air over the top and underneath, and keeps it nice and cool.
There you go. Well,
that sounds like a good contraption, honestly. I would like to have something to make this thing. Ooh, yeah.
Here, hey, listen to this. This is the fan.
Sure.
Did you hear it?
Nope. I didn't.
Could you turn it up a little? I couldn't hear it.
Okay, let me. I broadcasted full level.
Boy, that's pretty quiet. Well, I'm going to have to go get an air conditioner. I just got to figure out how I'll do that. But that's
Dollar General, $9 fan.
Well, I got to get an AC in here.
Yeah, but I mean, even a $9 fan hooked up to that window pointed in here would be better than nothing. And it'd be quicker to get than an AC unit.
There's a fan right there, and there's a window right there.
Well, yeah, that's true. There you go. Well, we got it. Let's do it.
Go ahead. I got to do the show. But I'm starting to sweat in here pretty bad. Now I'm worried about the computer over there now. Shit, if I'm starting to sweat this bad. Oh, what I was going to say, Dave, was I did read Obama's op-ed that he wrote.
Sweating. Now I'm worried about.
Oh, I heard myself.
Oh yeah, the Aussie does have a lag going on over there.
Yeah, he does.
Damn.
You got a lag. You got a big lag. I just heard myself say that. Deja vu. But
yeah.
In his op-ed.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Oh, that's all right, Bob. That's all right. No.
I was just fixing your audio, but I'm down to 144 DPI just to try and get a reasonable picture stream. And no delay, but I don't know if it's my end. Do you think, has everyone got the same problem as me, or it's just me?
I'm pretty sure it's everybody. Getting the audio to match, I don't think changing the quality will end up fixing anything, because it's the speed of the broadcast going out to the internet and reaching to you, which really isn't affected by quality. It's just us and our upload speed and restream, rebroadcasting everything back out. But I can tell that with everything going on, I'm looking at the monitor right here. Dad dances around like he's doing the robot every now and then. Sometimes our audio cuts in and out pretty bad, and the temperature on this computer is getting pretty hot, so it's probably just us and how hot it is in here today.
I'm hot. What can I say?
Yep.
Well, let me get a little thing out here. I've just been sitting here while Travis has been doing his bit, and I've been writing down just in 60 seconds what come to my mind. This is what America has experienced for two and a half years, and yet no one's marching. You have got, this man is a racist. He's made trouble with Iran. He's laundered money. This is all. There's evidence for all this. I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
The Russia interference. He's messed around with Kim Jong-il and destroyed whatever credibility America's got with them. Kim Jong-il was probably saying that Trump's an idiot. I'm going to shoot my missiles off anyhow. Yeah. You know, he's the emoluments clause. He's messed with. Is the lies 11,000 plus, the sex offences that he's made, the secret meetings with leaders that don't have
goes on.
Prizes,
the list
trade
goes on.
war.
Are you suggesting that? Are you suggesting our president is substandard?
Yeah. He's played golf and he's cost you millions and millions for his golfing, and the money's gone to him, his business.
Yep.
And he puts people in jobs in positions in the White House that everyone knows these people are not qualified.
They're not qualified. They don't know shit, but they're buddies. They're the best he knows. Remember that? I know the best people.
Yeah,
no, you don't.
That's 60 seconds of just things that come to mind that he's done. And I'm sure I've missed some bad ones.
Oh, you've missed some big, Charlottesville. Racism, I guess that would fall under the racism.
Yeah, there's all that stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of underneath each one of those titles. And you're right.
Correct.
You're right. This is not America. This is not how we operate. This is never how we've operated. But we've never had a lying con man, an outright bought and paid for con man in our house before. And this is, in my opinion, an attempted coup of our nation. He wants to be a dictator.
Yes.
Putin would love him to be a dictator. That's his favorite people. He's not trying to make deals with anybody else. As a matter of fact, the rest of our allies, he's kicking them in the shin every time you turn around. He's screwing up with them somehow, and the only one he cozies up to are murderers and dictators. That's it, baby. Because that's what he would be if it was allowed to him. He would be executioner, baby. He would be the guy standing up there giving a thumbs down on who should live or die. Don't think he wouldn't. He would he would work his he would urge his crowds on, and they would just love him to put a thumbs down, and they would cheer for him.
You mean like with some of us think he probably did with Jeffrey?
That's exactly what a lot of people think he did.
Yeah.
And don't think for a second it couldn't be done. It could be done, but it would have to be somebody in a high position of power to be able to pull the strings to get all that done, to make sure that he was alone. Well, all it really would take is an
attorney general that's in charge of the Department of Defense.
I was fixing to go there. Very good, Rick. Unless you have an attorney general that's willing to do whatever it takes that Donnie wants, and that's who we have in William Barr. He's nothing less than that, nothing more.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Whatever you want, sir.
That's exactly what he's there for. He is there to save the Republican Party. Anyway.
Your president's a puppet for
Putin,
for Israel, and for Russia, and he's also, this puppet is holding other puppet handles of all the people that he has under his control. Yeah. It's continuous puppet strings all the way down. It's like a pyramid system.
We're in this thing with Iran, and you brought that up just a second ago. And guess who Iran's turning to? They'll turn to Russia. They'll turn to Russia to get their weapons or whatever else they need from them.
Well, that's a circular firing squad, isn't it?
Yeah, let's shoot everybody, baby. And I always remind y'all that there are people out there that relish that thought, and what John Bolton's one of them. He would love to go to war with Iran, and tries to entice
all
the
contractors, mate. Yeah. All the contractors that make all the weapons and shit. This is all
it's
about.
It's a business, baby.
We need a business. War.
He's a scary man.
Yes.
Yeah. It's how the rich
start
get
a war
richer.
to make money.
Yeah. And
that's why Donald Trump's tax returns have been kept secret, because I think somewhere in those tax returns it may expose.
Oh, it's
why Donnie wants a war, because he got shares in whatever.
It shows where the money comes from. His taxes will show where the money came from. Through this corporation.
But we all know it, though.
But we can find out, and that's what
His son Don Jr. said.
Ever since this
John Jr. said we
get a substantial part of their income from Russia. That's his statement. Because the question was asked, if you can't get no money from America, which no American banks were loaning him any money back then. He bankrupted everything. He's a con man. Everybody knows it. He doesn't pay his contractors. He's always a pain in everybody's ass. That's how come nobody gave him any money. So he had to go elsewhere.
He owes $968 or $969,000 to two states that he's had rallies at.
Texas.
He's not paid the bill.
Yeah, he's not paid the one in El Paso that he just went to go hold the baby. You know,
one is 500.
While he right now is out going to his fundraising campaign dinners and shit where people pay $250,000.
Yeah, raise his money.
Yeah, you got to pay, baby, and he's raking, and he'll brag to you how much money that they're taking in on the Trump campaign 2020. Oh, we're bringing in millions and millions but you ain't paying your bills. Typical Trump.
Show what's first on his mind. The first thing on his mind is dollars.
That's it. It's just a dollar. It's money. It's money and power and glory. That's all he wants. He's not interested in anything.
I still say he's turned the White House into a house of franchise. You want a job in here? Sure. It's going to cost somewhere.
It's going to cost. Yeah. What can you do for me? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's not a damn person he's nominating for anything that has an experience at anything that they're taking the job for. And everybody's acting. That's right, because that's how come he's got everybody acting, is because they don't have to go through Senate confirmation. He can have somebody in an acting position forever, and until
and piss him off, he can fire him.
That's right. He can fire him, and then we just picked another one, and so now he doesn't have to go through Senate confirmation forever. You know, it's that kind of shit.
How long they can be acting? I want to know how long.
Till
legally
2020.
By the book.
He can keep juggling shit around. See, that's the big picture of this shit. It's not just a shit show every day. It's everything that we have to go through. You can just imagine what's going on in the background. We already know in the Senate, the only thing the Senate does is pass judgeships for Donnie, because that's the big coup in this nation, is trying to take over as many judgeships as they possibly can by just cronies. They're not barely legally considered eligible. A lot of
them. They can be impeached.
Yes, they can be impeached. You know, the power of the Supreme Court can be impeached. You know, Congress has the power of everything. The power Congress has is mighty, but they have to exercise that power. They have to use that power boldly.
Trump has disarmed him. He's just done the job.
He is doing his best to stall, delay, take to court, all this other shit. And the House needs to push harder. The House needs to push a whole lot freaking harder.
He abuses Congress. What he does to people, whether he doesn't like or it makes accusations against them, he defames them and destroys their character, right? He's doing the same with Congress because the Democrats have control of Congress. So what he's been doing to Congress lately, he's been defying Congress and making it look like it's worthless. Yeah. And the Senate's the one that's important. Now, if you guys don't get rid of him in 2020, you better hope you control
Buddy,
Congress.
If we don't get rid of him in 2020, I'm coming to your house. How's that?
We're all going to Aussie Dave's
house. We're all
house.
going to Aussie's house. We're going to come live with your people.
You can
Canada's only 29 miles that way.
Yeah.
You can put your trailer right next to the river and fish.
There you go.
There you go. I'm in. And y'all knew how to take care of gun control. There you go. Speaking of which,
you won't be shot here, mate. You won't be shot here.
Yeah. Well, I was just watching a thing on a report on guns. I think it was Zariq Zakaria had a special on guns in the world and how America compares to every other country. And yes, yeah, hands and above. We are way, where other countries have in the single digits. We're up to 3 digits, and the first digit's 6 or something.
Hey, to be fair though,
mass shootings.
To be fair, we got violent game imagery out of Walmart.
That's it. That's the big thing.
That's the big thing.
Victory. Are you shitting me? There's corporation for you. There's corporate politics working right there. That Donnie says, violent games. Walmart says, we're going to take down violent games, but you're not going to get rid of the guns or the ammo. We're going to keep selling that shit. But
they're not getting rid of the games, just the advertising.
Yeah, just the advertising too. Thank you, Jen, for bringing that up.
99% of them are available online.
Yeah,
but I did see some stores actually did take their games down. Believe it or not.
Yeah, that'll fix it.
Yeah,
that'll
fix it.
You
can still go download them now.
Oh yeah.
Well, I have to say.
Walmart done with
Elizabeth Warren.
All Walmart done was say, yeah, it's not good, and we're not going to sell. Yeah, you're right, those. But in Australia, it was reported as Walmart is not going to promote gun sales or advertise it. They're taking the violent games away. So they've fallen into the Donald Trump trap of it's the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they're still going to sell the guns.
That's what fascism is, baby. It's about the corporations. It's not about your ass. It's not about your rights. It's not about all that. It's about a corporation's right to make all the money they could possibly make in any way they can do it. I want to point out that Elizabeth Warren has come out with a plan. Go figure, Elizabeth Warren's got a plan. She got a plan for everything, baby. And she is, I like her list. I like it. Expanding background checks. We're all for that. Everybody's for that. Everybody in America is for expanding background checks, except for Mitch McConnell. You know, he's the only one, I guess, because if you talk to most of them Republicans, oh, yes, I'm for reasonable gun. All that kind of shit. That's what they say on TV anyway. They don't mean it when they go to vote and all that shit.
I heard an interview with a gun rights activist, and he was expressing concern that they now will want to go into social media to look at people before approving for various gun sales.
Okay.
Good.
And he was concerned about that, of course, because it's Big Brother.
Well, let me tell you, I agree with that, and here is why. I'm going to tell you why. Because Donnie, on his way to Marine One the other day, when he walked out to go tuck his tail between his legs and run and go hide, of course, he had to stop, talk to the press, and he was talking about meaningful gun background checks, meaningful background checks to keep the sick people. He pointed to his head, the sick people from getting guns. You know, these people that are mentally ill. Now,
which he took the laws off
him. If you take the action that they take after the shoot, okay, this guy in El Paso, we know who he is, white supremacist, he's an asshole, he's motivated by Donnie, all that shit. And so he goes down there and commits mass murder. Donnie calls him sick, but he's a white. Anybody that thinks like that, they're sick in the head. That's what Donnie said. Well, they're racist. They're sick. They're sick. Okay, if you're going to call racism sick, which I don't know a mental illness that causes racism, but if you're going to say, okay, that guy's sick, he's racist, he's sick in the head, fine. Go on social media. Anybody that made a racist comment, a racist posting, put them on the gun list. They don't get a gun. That's it. We just go along with their theory. Well, if they're racist, they must be crazy. Well, I agree with that. They must be freaking mentally insane because it's just ignorance. So put them on a no-buy list. Take their guns away from them, as a matter of fact. Can't you see that? Well, going up to the Aryan Nation up in where it is, Utah or some shit like that. Hey, boys, you're all mentally ill here, so we're going to take your guns. Yeah. Yeah.
How about some of the white supremacist shit they found on the Philadelphia Police Department's secret Facebook account?
There you go. If you think it's not, everywhere in our society, then you're naive. It is. It doesn't matter what social position you're in, what economic ladder, where you work, what profession you're in. There are racists everywhere. They are,
I got 1, 2 trailers down from me.
Oh yeah, I got him down the street from me, baby. He flies that flag out there. My pad's about here to die. I got to shut it off, or it's going to just croak on me too. Yeah, flies that rebel flag down the street. I pass it every time I go to the mailbox. That's his right. He'll be the first one. That's my right. That's right. You have the right to proclaim to the world that you're a racist asshole. And everybody that drives up and down this street knows that. So what? He's proud of that. What are you looking for?
Your iPad.
Oh, yeah, it's fixing to croak on me.
Yeah, I got a cable right here for it.
Oh, good deal. So, but
even he turned back the mental health issue. He killed that Obama put in for mental health on guns.
Yes.
He killed that.
He rescinded that order. So, it's like everything else he talks about. He's full of shit and he's lying through his teeth. He'll say anything, do anything, whatever, and then go right back behind closed doors and do just the opposite. Because he lies for a living,
today I did see something that was out of Texas.
What's that? I hope it was something
about
good.
About a guy with a guy with an AK-47.
Oh Lord.
No.
All right.
This guy is hunting those wild hogs.
Yeah.
And it makes it easier to get a bunch of those wild hogs.
Whoa.
That are tearing up the farmers' yard and farmers' crops and stuff.
Yeah. Well, you know, they have a thing called hog cages too. You know,
yep.
He could just put a hog trap out there and just catch him and go take him over to the state park. And no, you take them out and take them over to the state park, turn them loose there. I'm sure there's places. I'm sure there's places it could be. You know.
Yeah, but the thing is, they say that they can't be transported.
Yeah. Well.
Canada's are drawn and quartered.
But you know what? Butcher and give to the food bank.
If you're going to do that, that's exactly what you should do. That's exactly what you should do.
And that's what
I don't have a problem hunting if you're eating the meat. But down here in South Texas, you know, there's a whole lot of trophy hunting. And that's all they want is that rack.
In Hawaii, if you shot a wild boar, you had big emu.
Big emu?
It's unfair. That's
bury
not a sport, guys.
With the taro leaves and the heat, and everybody comes by and has Kahlua pig.
No, I've ate wild hogs.
The whole neighborhood.
It's
Well, feral pigs need to be shot no matter where they are. There's
a thing for thinning the herd. You know, that's management of wildlife has to be done. How we do it is the big argument with everybody. There's some people think.
But I don't want to be hearing, oh well, I'm actually defending my farm from wild, wild hogs every day. That it's like. At that point, why not have a rent a program or hire somebody to come out there and thin your herd?
Yeah.
Someone who should have a gun.
Yeah.
Well, pigs are hard to hunt.
Yeah, they are.
He gets paid $500 a night to hunt hogs on different farms.
Well then.
I see one around here occasionally. He'll come in the yard and root something up and then go on about his business. I guess if you were running a farm, you'd have trouble with it, but. What can I say? Nowadays, I'm an animal lover. We catch spiders and take them outside nowadays. It's like we don't want to kill anything.
If we had
one thing I'll say about them in Hawaii,
yeah.
John, is if you didn't take care of them, they'd come after your pets, your house. They'd try and break into your house after you.
Well, there's a limit. Cockroaches don't fall into that. If I see a cockroach, I'm sorry.
They'll eat a chicken whole and alive.
Yeah, they have no enemies in Hawaii at all.
Feral pigs are not nature. Pigs are feral.
Yeah.
They come from us because we let them go.
Yeah, we let them go.
And they are a problem everywhere they are.
What do they do? What do they do to your properties?
They will shred everything. They will kill animals.
Roots. Yeah,
they will attack people.
Dig everything up.
They are not nice at all. And they get big.
They're not
500, 600, 700 pounds.
They're not like Babe the pig, if anybody remembers that.
They're not like the
mean.
Yeah, they can be very mean. If one's coming at me,
they'll chase that and kill your dog.
We've got wild pigs here, but they're not that big. They're only like the size of maybe a Labrador.
Yeah.
How big are they over there?
We get some big hogs down here. I know they do over in Louisiana because when they hunt it over there.
They get them up 1,000 pounds over there.
Hawaii too, 800 to 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, you're talking about a big hog.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
That's what they say, baby.
Half a ton.
Our ego, if nothing else.
There's supposedly a herd that is getting established in southwest Wisconsin and Illinois that is open season. Take them out.
Dang. I'm going to let you know, Dad, we've been at it for an hour. This thing's not really cooling off. I would recommend...
My internet's frozen.
I wouldn't say we'd have to cut it yet, but maybe getting close to that point. And then what we can do is go back on Discord on your iPad that's not going to heat up like this thing will.
How long ago did this
Everybody needs a pooper, that way we invited you. Party poop.
I mean, you can take another gamble here at something.
No, I've learned to trust my son's advice.
Intuition.
Yeah, his intuition. If
Technical expertise.
he's getting worried about that computer, and like I said, if it goes, the whole show goes. So we can't have that happen. So I guess I shall try to wrap it up tonight, and by Tuesday, I'm sure hell or high water, we'll pull it out of our butt somehow. There'll be an air conditioner in that window, and we won't have this trouble.
Either that, or we just got to switch locations and maybe try to do another setup somewhere else, either in the house or.
Do it outside, mate.
Oh no, Mama's not going to allow us in
Do
there.
it outside.
Yeah, shit.
John,
Are you shitting? It's
I've
hot
got a
out there.
question for you.
Do it in your bedroom.
That's
You've got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
Why not turn on the AC, the main AC, for 6 hours?
Because we
2
don't have
hours.
a main AC.
Yeah,
main
no,
AC.
no. Yeah, the central air in this house, we haven't used it in a while because the last time we were using it was barely heating up. I mean, barely cooling. And we've had it repaired twice. It's been a leak both times. I can't afford to have that repaired. So by natural, yeah, we went to window units all over the house. And so, we just use them when we need them. But but last night when ours cut out, the only thing I had is this one in here. So we just, no choice. But yeah, we'll adapt, overcome, all that kind of stuff. We'll fix it. And get it all back.
What date do you go back on YouTube, John?
October 28th, I think, or something like that. I think October, damn near it.
I'm counting the days.
That's a lot.
Yes.
You said
a lot
October
longer.
28th the last time.
Yeah.
We'll have a party.
Yes. And by way of that, all our YouTube family, we miss you. All of us miss you. I miss you. Travis misses you. All of Facebook misses you. And Aussie misses you. So, we all miss you and love you. We can't wait till we get to come back live on YouTube and see everybody over there. I want to thank everybody.
Facebook.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. If y'all noticed, Travis has made a new graphic up there with people's names.
Oh, no, I didn't do this. Tyler did it.
Oh, Tyler did that.
Tyler
I'm sorry.
did it.
Tyler did the graphic for the
I'm not going to take any credit for anything that I didn't
some
do.
new names up there. So make sure to check, see if you're one of our Patreon members, if your name's up there. We appreciate it very much every day, the love that y'all send and supporting the show the way you do. And it means the world to us. And it fixed my truck the other day, baby. So, we are very thankful for y'all every time I turn around. Anyway. I love y'all much. We'll get all our stuff straightened out. We'll get this fixed up so we can continue on. And in the meantime, do what I said the other day. Live your life in complete contrast to the shit that we hear coming out of our White House by that man. That is how we beat this shit. We live the life that we know we should. It sounds corny, but it's the best way we can do. And outside of getting in the street, baby, and I'm all ready for that. Anytime anybody wants to declare a date, I think this whole country is willing to get out in the street at this point with the disgrace that's continuing to happen. And have no mistake about it. That's what he's doing right now, is hiding. He didn't go on fucking vacation. He's out there hiding from all the shit that's going on in the news right now. And this country's getting sick of it. I just read another headline over there the other day. Just a minute ago before my iPad went down. About the Republican Party losing support daily. And how can it not? Because they've shown themselves not to be the people they said they were. So what was that? Somebody said something? Okay.
Wasn't me.
Oh, I knew it was somebody. I heard somebody. All right. Like, share, and subscribe, all that kind of shit. I love y'all. We'll be here. I'll do my rant tomorrow. We'll be back live again on Tuesday. Y'all come join us. And on that note, we'll see y'all later. Bye.